Welcome back, everybody. I'm still here in the truck, working in the office tonight, and I've got the mud rat back on my work table tonight. This is our S10 mud truck that we're working on, and working on this truck, I'm gonna do some different things. I was looking at some different ways to affix the wheels and stuff onto the chassis. Some different things, and what I'm actually going to do, because I want to be able to keep the original interior in the truck, which I have right here. I was going to have to go by and pop this apart here. There comes the bumper, and actually go by and cut and section this chassis and stuff. And I was going to go by and glue or epoxy the parts on the chassis. These are the pins where the seat goes on, so the seat interior goes onto these pins. And what I was trying to do is basically to save these parts to be able to reuse, to put the interior back in so it all set right. But I got to looking at this chassis tonight and stuff. I was eating my dinner, and I found that I can do something a little different. I have it lined up where I was going to be able to use the original posts and screws, which we're still going to put this truck back together. But this will still allow us to retain the front bumper, the front balance area on the truck, which gives us an area to a little more detail to it, to paint it up and stuff. So what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to slip this chassis back into this truck. And for what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this area out right here. I'll notch this area in between where the axles would be. Now I'll allow my new chassis piece to fit where that I have my wheels and tires mounted to, and still allow me to retain my interior, as I said. So, like I said before, I got my Dremel here in the truck. Put my Dremel on low speed here, and I've already laid this out on the truck, so I know where I need to make my cuts at and stuff. And the idea is tonight being Thursday night, Friday morning now, I guess it is, that when I get home tomorrow evening, I can get to buy this truck stripped so I can get ready for a lot of the detail touches to it, and get it in paint and stuff, so I can bring the truck along next week and put the truck back together. One of the other things I'm going to do in here is I'm also going to go by and remove these little ears. You will see these through the body. Now, what I was doing here, it's made this back part of this chassis real flimsy right here. That's okay. We're going to go by and clean all this up, and once I add the new piece of the chassis on here, it'll actually straighten it up and strengthen it up, so it'll be all nice and strong again, where you could actually play with this custom. And I will go by and do a little cleanup on the chassis and everything. But there's how the back is. I'll go up here and do the front, same thing to the front. So there'll be clean up that on the chassis and stuff. The chassis will get painted and everything before we go by and do the final part of it. But up a little bit here and see where we got what we got. We'll slip the grill back in. as in the last video, these are the wheels and tires that we're using. Little makeshift piece, I'm not sure what it is, but these are a nice rubber tire, pretty soft, and chassis rolls real nice and easy. A little bit of a lip right here on the bottom of the front bumper, so I'm going to go by and clean that up real quick. I think that's about got it as far as that part goes. Now I do have some options as far as engines go and stuff, as to what we're going to do and what we can do with this truck. Let me cut this apart here real quick. Burn myself tonight, so we will go by and pull out the handy dandy Leatherman multi-tool. Obviously what I'm doing is just for mock-up purpose, just to see how it's going to look, kind of give you folks a look-see as to what I'm thinking, my train of thought on this. Of course, we'll paint them up black and maybe do a little chrome on them and make them fit real nice. But that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Now what I want to do is, since this is going to be a mud truck and it would have been used and abused heavily in the mud, put this stuff aside. I'm going to do some of this windshield. This windshield looks way too pretty. I know my mud trucks never looked this pretty, so let's see. Take our utility knife here. I've left the windshield in the truck just to give me something to hold on to. Give us some cracks here in the windshield. Makes it look like that windshield's been broken. Kicked up by a rock or something, kicked up and hit it. And believe me, cracks can go in all different ways. They always start small and grow big. So I just use my regular Stanley utility knife to make these couple of little cuts in the windshield there, and it makes it look like she's cracked. Had a few stones hit it. And you can even go, if we wanted to go a little more into this, let me open this back up. Maybe we'll go a little zig there. Trying to do this so you folks can see it real good. Maybe we got a little one that kind of started up there. Let's see. Maybe we should have another one. And we can even go by, we can take our knife here and we can give her a twirl. See right here about this point. stone chipped it, cracked it, so looks pretty neat. Now I'm going to go by and bring the stuff with me next week. We're going to put a roll cage, put a roll bar in the back of this truck coming off the back here, and probably do a fuel cell back here. I'll come up with something, and we'll find a motor to cut and put in here. Video's already getting kind of long, so I don't want to go too much more into this. Try to keep these videos kind of short. Let's see. Not sure if there's one in here or not. No, there's not a... Nope, this one. I do have a motor I plan on using, I think, for in there, but it's not in this bag. So anyway, a little bit for tonight. We got the chassis figured out, and we'll get this put together next week. Get a quick idea here. Bumper fell out, of course. Slap the interior in. I'll throw the grill and headlights back on real quick. We'll slap this up. I'll have the chassis, I'll have the body stripped this weekend. I'm not going to show you that process. We will be ready to go by, and I'll bring the button head screws with me, and we'll mount the body onto the chassis. There's an open air area in here that you can see. We're going to go by and close that in. Use some plastic pieces, close that in back here. I'll get the stacks finished, cleaned up, and ready to go on the truck, and we'll see what we're gonna do with the motor. Probably go by and probably go ahead and put the motor in the bed of the truck back here, and the fuel cell and stuff like that. So as always, please like and share my videos. Feel free to post your comments in the section below, and tune in next week as we go back into it. Figure out something for paint. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We're going to rough the body up on the truck. There will be a video next week on roughing the body up, because no one has a perfectly straight mud truck. So we got to put some dents and dings in the truck body and stuff, and go from there. So as always, please like and share my videos. Thank you, and have a good evening.